Hello, all precious souls. Sorry about that cut off. I had to let my dog in. My husband let him outside, didn't tell me, and I hit pause. And when I came back, I thought I was hitting the pause button and hit the stop. Still learning how to do this. One of these days, I'll figure out how to make longer videos so that I don't have a lot of short ones. But then again, the good side of the short ones, if people only want to watch part through one and the other, it's boring to them, they can go on to somewhere else. But also, I would like to mention on this series about is hell on earth, after I had that thought and thinking about and contemplating all my thoughts about it, I went and did a Google search or a YouTube search, and there's other people. If you go on YouTube and type in is hell on earth, you'll find other people that have like-minded things to say about it. And you have people from the occultic view and people from the biblical view that are talking on this subject. And you have to do your own research and your own soul searching and figure out what you believe to be true or what you know. And from before I even looked at any videos, this thought was going through my mind, is hell on earth. And I've thought this before to myself, thought, wow, this world is hell, this earth is hell, living in this body is hell. But last night I really was thinking deeply about it, and started thinking about scriptures that I was familiar with, and then after listening to some of these other videos, you have the occultic or esoteric views, where it talks about, religions being created basically through bias, opinions, and geared towards men being superior to women, and there's verses that prove this, to where they talk about women being silent in the church, and that only men could speak. And you have people going around that believe this, that try to silence women from speaking, like as if we are an inferior race or creature. And this is not so. I've gone through deep studies of the Bible, and even through Hebrew words and definitions, and just dissecting the Bible and the meaning, and excuse me, looking into the history of religion, and not going into deep study of other religions, but listening to other people's views that came out of, or that are involved, or researching into those religions. And one of these days I'm going to get the Egyptian Book of the Dead and read it and see what all that book entails, to find out more about that, because they say that those people, and even the Tibetan people, they spend their whole life learning how to die. But what is death? What is hell? And what is heaven? The Bible talks about heaven and hell, talks about pray that you could be delivered from these things. But there's a lot of people that are praying that aren't delivered from these things. There's people that are missing limbs, and people that are raped and murdered, and there's all kinds of suffering and sicknesses and disease, dis-ease, and all kinds of psychological warfares, and all kinds of things going on, and many people that are suffering in their own hells, or the prisons of their minds, or the prisons of their physical existence. And later on in this series we will get into if the earth is a hell, how do we get out of here? This is something that I want feedback from you people out there. Hit the comment box below and give me your feedback on your perception of hell or suffering, or the different things that the physical body goes through in this underground world. Or there's this guy that I listen to that has a video, is We're in Hell. He studies the occult and esoteric theories and studies and mythology and stuff, and he believes that we're living in